Everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with another Disney layout, a 2-page layout this time, and I am documenting the ride Tron. So for this layout, I am sticking with a black and blue theme. You will see some of the ride photos if you don't know what Tron is. It's all black and blue, the ride photos are. So I kind of wanted to stick with that theme. And so I went into my Disney stash and found just a black kind of polka dot paper and then a blue paper as well. That was a scrap piece that I cut in half. I believe that is 4 inches. And then I cut the black into 3-inch strips. I only had 1 piece of the black. Ideally, I would have loved to have that as my background paper all the way across, but I only had 1 of that specific one, and I felt like that kind of looked like outer space. So I wanted to use that, and so I did cut it into 4 3-inch strips and added that to the top and the bottom of the blue there. So now that I have that done, I am going to incorporate quite a few photos on this layout. I have 4 4x6 photos and then 3 3x4 photos. And then I went on my Cricut and I actually searched up Disney Tron and just found this circle that I thought worked pretty well for this layout and the theme that I was going with. And then I ended up cutting out the word Tron using that blue paper as well. And I thought that circle just gave a really good base for a title. So I am going to kind of commit to my photo placements here and place all 3 ride photos kind of just down that page there. So we've got my husband and my dad on the top, me and the youngest on the middle, my sister and my oldest on the bottom. Such a fun ride, if you ask me, and most of everybody else. My sons were questionable whether or not they enjoyed it. My oldest would go on it again. The youngest, though, and I need to document this somewhere. Oh, I do add a tag to document. But my youngest, I looked over as we took off, and there were like tears coming out of his eyes, and I don't know, it goes like 0 to 60 really fast. So I don't know if it was like the wind making him cry or if he was just so scared. But the entire ride, I was like looking at him, and luckily I could like touch his arm and tell him it's okay. We're almost done. So he afterwards, both of them were kind of like, I don't know, I don't think I liked that, but I think both of them would probably go back and try it again. But I am going to pop up the foam tape, or pop up the title on foam tape here. I have this thin foam tape that I got from Amazon. I will link it down below. It is just great for all, I don't know, I've been using it a bunch for shaker pockets, cut files, this too. I just kind of trim it to the length I need, and then it kind of, you know, if you have like the 0, the O, how it's round, you can kind of almost make it so it follows that curvature. So now that I have kind of the general layout planned, I guess, I am using some chipboard pieces from the print shop collection. I actually just have these in my Disney iris container because they're all black and white. And so if you have any of the older Disney collections, you know they're really just black, red, yellow, and then a little bit of this blue here. And so I did kind of I'm storing that in with my Disney to use all the chipboard pieces for this. And I used actually quite a few of them on this layout. There were quite a few that worked really well. The one says here for a good time, and so I added that to the first 2 photos because those are while we are in line. You can kind of see the whole like inside is just that blue ambiance. And so I thought that was appropriate here for a good time. And then you have the ride photos. And then we ended up getting the Memory Maker, I think is what it's called. And so when we got off, there are people taking pictures, cast members taking pictures. And so we did the pictures right after we got off of Tron. If you could see my oldest close up in that bottom photo, there is no smile. He kind of had a bellyache afterwards, and he just was like, I'm not sure about this. So I just thought that was funny just to kind of capture his, I guess, uneasiness from the ride. So now I just get to embellish. And like I said, I kind of just went with that white, black, and blue theme. The chipboard obviously helped keep me with that theme, I guess. But I did want to incorporate, or try to incorporate, some of my Disney ephemera. So I did go through some of the packs and find some things. That one says Say Cheese. I found a ticket that's blue, that world. So just kind of going through all of the ephemera to try to find pieces that would work. I do find like that little phrase sticker says just one more ride, I think. And then there are a couple, like there's a red heart on that world. And I do find, I think Happiness Starts Here. I don't know which pack it's in, but I do end up adding that under the title, and that has a little bit of yellow in it. So obviously, you know, it's hard to stick with just a limited number of colors. But the majority of the layout I did keep that blue, black, and white. So I found a sticker that said worth the wait. Tron is a virtual queue, so we really didn't wait long at all. But it was definitely, yeah, worth it. So I added that to the top. And then there's that Happiness Starts Here. I'm going to add to the bottom of the title there. And then I think that's really all of the embellishments that I'm kind of going to use, at least from the Disney packs. So I'm going to start kind of placing them down and committing to all of them. I did have to pop that world up a little bit on foam tape because I am overlapping it a tad on that chipboard tag. I had half of a camera strip, photo strip. I can't think of what it's called. But I thought that looked good under that worth the wait. It just elongated that cluster a little bit and helped, I felt like, just fill in a little bit of that white space without overdoing it. So then I added the phrase sticker to that. And then, like I said, just committing that Say Cheese. I had to, again, add foam tape because it's overlapping the chipboard. Decided to move the ticket just over to that other cluster, just to add another element to that cluster. I didn't think the stars really needed another element, but I like my clusters to at least have 3 pieces, I guess. And so I added that to, that middle cluster. I didn't love that black on black star, and so instead I switched one out for a blue star. These are from Bella Boulevard. I have the kind of aqua blues, the black, the sapphire blue, and a red. And there's hearts, stars, arrows, just a really good kind of finishing touch piece of embellishments, I guess. So once I kind of get that done, I do go through some of my stickers as well, just to see if there's anything else. And I'm so glad I did, because you will see I find a little phrase sticker. Like, I didn't really need any more embellishment clusters, I didn't feel like, but I found a phrase sticker that said never too old. And I thought it was absolutely perfect for the photo of my dad at the top. He's in his 60s and pretty much fearless, to be quite honest. And so I just thought it was perfect. And so I am going to end up adding that kind of on top of the photos. But I am getting ahead of myself. So here's the box of flares from Scrap and Happy Studio, all Disney. Unfortunately, because I kept the theme, the color theme, pretty limited, I didn't find any that I wanted to use. but they would match this collection here, the sticker sheet, perfectly. So I can't wait to kind of dig into that collection and create with that and all of those flares. So here's that phrase sticker. I do add a star to it, so it's not just by itself. And then another little phrase sticker that says "Hello Magic." Just didn't want it to look out of place, so I did kind of add a few other elements to it, but I knew I had to include that Never Too Old sticker. But that's going to finish off this layout. I will link Scrap and Happy Studio and maybe print shop for those chipboard pieces. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.